Welcome to News Update at 6 p.m. My name is Faith Agbetuya, joining you from the Lagos studio of Impact Africa Television, IATV. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, on Monday called for an urgent review of Nigeria's power sector privatization to find a lasting solution to Nigeria's energy crisis. SERAP's Executive Director, Adetokunbo Mumini, made the call in an interview in Lagos State earlier today, and he said epileptic power supply across the country was partly to be blamed for the rate of unemployment and poverty in Nigeria. He said the task before Governor Nasser El-Rufai's Committee on Power Sector Reform should include looking into how the privatization of the sector, which led to the unbundling of the Power Holding Company of Nigeria, PHCN, was concluded. He said the success of the privatization of the telecommunications sector was an indication that power sector privatization could also achieve the same feat if the right thing was done. The All Progressives Congress (APC) has urged Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to deregister more political parties to sanitize the nation's electoral system. Chairman of the Ebonyi State chapter of APC, Nwachukwu Eze, made a call in an interview with newsmen in Abakaliki. He said that the deregistration process should continue until the country has a maximum of 6 political parties to ensure that the electoral space of the nation was not unnecessarily congested. Eze urged INEC not to be distracted by complaints about the deregistration, advising it to shun its ears. Recall that the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, had on Thursday last week announced the deregistration of 74 political parties for their failure to meet constitutional requirements for them to exist as political parties in Nigeria today. The Senate Committee on Works has decried the slow pace of work by the contractor handling the reconstruction of the Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano dual carriageway. Chairman of the committee, Senator Adamu Aliero, made the call today when he led members of the committee on an oversight visit to the sites. The lawmaker said the contract was awarded on December 20th, 2017 at a cost of 155.48 billion naira, adding that the contractor had 14 months to complete the job. A member of the committee, Senator Kabir Bakia of APC in Katsina State, said that the level of work was not encouraging as the non-completion of the work had resulted in the death of many in the areas. He questioned if the funding and the budgetary releases that the contractor was getting was too low, which led to delay in finishing the work. The Federal High Court in Abuja today granted bail to the immediate past Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, and Minister of Justice, Mohammed Adoke San, on fresh money laundering charges. Justice Binta Nyako also granted bail to the second defendant, Aliyu Abubakar. The judge imposed the same terms and conditions of the bail earlier granted them by Justice Idris Kutigi of the Gwagwalada Division of the Federal High Court in Abuja on January 30th, 2020. Justice Kutigi had granted each of the men 50 million naira bail with a surety each and fixed April 1st and 2nd for trial, while Adoke and Abubakar had earlier pleaded not guilty to the 7-count charge of making payment of dollar equivalent of about 600 million naira in violation of money laundering law in Nigeria. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, alleged that they both committed the offences in September 2013. The Plateau State Governor, Simon Lalong, has expressed shock over the death of Senator Ignatius Longjen, who died after a protracted illness. The retired career diplomat and former chief of staff to the former governor of Plateau State, Jonah Jang, who was elected senator in 2019, was a chieftain of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) in Plateau State and the deputy chairman of the Senate Committee on Culture and Tourism before he died in an Abuja Turkish hospital on Monday. Governor Lalong, in a statement signed by his Director of Press and Public Affairs, Dr. Makut Macham, today described the death of the senator who represented Plateau South Senatorial District at the National Assembly as devastating. He He said Lalong said the death of the elder statesman was a huge loss to not only his family, but to the people of Plateau South Senatorial District as well as the entire state because of his immense contribution to the state and to Nigeria at large. Men of the Ogun State Police Command have arrested the president of the Student Union Government (SUJ) and the Federal Polytechnic Ilaro, Ogun State, Adegboye Olatunji and one Olanrewaju Taiwo during the cult's initiation. The police public relations officer in the state, Abimbola Oyeyemi, who made this known in a statement earlier today, said the suspects were caught in a bush in full regalia of the dreaded Black Axe cult group on Sunday. The PPRO said the Commissioner of Police in the state, Kenneth Ebrimson, had ordered the immediate transfer of the suspects to the anti-cultist section of the state's Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department for a discreet investigation. Meanwhile, the Polytechnic has suspended Adegboye for alleged involvement in cultism. This was made known by in a statement signed by the Deputy Registrar and Public Relations Officer of the institution, Shola Abiola. Authority of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, heads of states and government has constituted a committee headed by President Roch Marc Kabore of Burkina Faso to study and make a full report on Nigeria's land border closure with her neighbors. Madam Garba Shehu, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, confirmed this development in a statement in Abuja earlier today. He revealed that the decision to set up the committee was agreed upon on Sunday night in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, at an extraordinary session of ECOWAS leaders convened on the margins of the 33rd AU Summit to discuss the issue and other pressing regional matters. Nigeria's Foreign Minister Geoffrey Oyama told journalists after the 3-hour closed-door session that the meeting was attended by the President Buhari and was chaired by the Economic Community of West African States Chairman, President Muhammadu Issoufou of Niger Republic. The presidential aide disclosed that the President of Burkina Faso is charged with undertaking a full study of the situation and to make a report, after which the government of Nigeria will take it from where he stops. And that ends our news update at 6 p.m. Please join us at 9 p.m. on News Round for more news stories. I am Faith Agbetoya saying have a good evening.